Hey, love. Have you ever been in a situation and you're like, I am so emotional right now? And even the thought of that right now makes you feel overwhelmed in your body. You are fully aware of your emotions, which is a great thing. However, you're not able to regulate those emotions at that moment. There is a difference between awareness and regulation. First of all, kudos to you for being able to be aware because some people are not even aware. But a lot of the ladies I work with are very capable and very aware of what is going on emotionally with them in their bodies. The difficulty comes in when they're trying to take that awareness to actionable items such as regulation. Awareness lives in the mind. Regulation lives in the body. So, have you ever had a situation where you feeling some type of emotion, something comes up and you begin to feel it in some parts of your body and it just becomes a lot to you and at that moment you don't know what to do with it. So you're going to overreact or maybe you suppress it or maybe you act like it didn't happen at all, which is probably suppression, right? So you're aware. You can name that emotion. You name it. You can tell me how it felt in your body. You can tell me all the things that happened to cause this emotion, but then you get stuck there. That's the awareness part. And again, it's good. We need to be aware to be able to process it. But now what? What do you do with that? Regulation means that you're taking that information that you're receiving from that emotion and you're processing it to get a different result coming out the other side of it. So I will give you a example, a personal example of dysregulation with emotions. I can be thinking about something comes up from my past, right? Something I did or was done to me that didn't feel good to me. And if I don't want to deal with that at the moment, and sometimes I get this feeling in my body that, oh, that feels, and I'll shake my head or do something because I don't want to think about it. I'm trying to dismiss the thoughts and the emotions that go along with it. So that's suppressing. So it's like taking my head and placing it in the sand, right? Nothing is done there. And I go on about my day thinking, okay, that's done. That's a little memory that came up, but I'm done with that. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Then it comes up again. And I might do the same thing. Then it comes up again and I might do the same thing. It is not till I get to the point that I am willing to address the emotions, the circumstances, and all those things that I'm feeling. Give it time, give it space. So regulation requires capacity, it requires space, it requires you to be able to hold that emotion at that time without being dismissive of it or without allowing it to erupt out into something else. It's having space and capacity and compassion for that emotion that's there. It's just a messenger. So the way to regulate it, multiple ways, but one of the ways is first breathe. Recognize where that feeling is in your body and begin to breathe into it. Giving yourself the breath and the space to begin to feel it without going into overwhelm. You need to be in a safe space. So, if an emotion comes up and you're out in public or whatever, I advise you take a breath. And that might be all that you can do right then. But later on, when you get to a safe, quiet space, revisit it. Allow that emotion to sink in. Not for the purpose of ruminating over and over and over on this emotion and never getting out, because then you begin to spiral. You're caught in a loop at that point. You're not going anywhere. You're just spiraling back and forth. Oh, that person made me mad, and the more I think about it, the angrier I get. Yeah, because you're thinking about the emotion. I'm getting angry what that person did to me. But when you sit with that emotion, you begin to ask yourself, why did I get angry at what that person said to me? You begin to bring that ownership back to yourself, taking it off of that person. Why did I get angry? Sit, breathe, because they said something I don't like. What was it they said I didn't like, and why didn't you like it? Start asking yourself those questions. As you're doing that, you're processing the emotions. And then you begin to feel lighter, like you're releasing and having that conversation. I had a friend of mine, she shared something with me that she does when she gets all these emotions coming up. She pretends these emotions are friends at a dinner table. She's having tea with them. And so she names them and she calls them out for what they're presenting as. And then she begins to have a conversation with them. And that's her way of processing through those emotions. We have to move through them, we have to process through them. Suppressing them is only temporary, it will come back up. And it'll keep resurfacing in different situations at different times until we are able to process it and get the message that it was meant to send to us. So take a breath. No longer look at emotions as being a negative thing. They really are your friends. They really are sent there to help build us, help grow us. It will be uncomfortable, but as you process through it, and as you begin to look at it in a different light, in a different perspective, you'll get to a better place. So think about awareness as being that door. So on the other side of that door is all the happiness, all the joy, all the things that you want to experience great in life. So your awareness is that door. Awareness makes the door appear. So the door is there. Regulation allows you to open and walk through that door in safety. We want to walk through the door. We want to get to the other side of it. We don't want to loop anymore in these uncomfortable emotions, and we don't want to keep on looping. We want to get past it. So I invite you, the next time that you feel emotions coming up and you begin to feel them in your body and you feel like you're a little overwhelmed, pause, take a breath. Ask yourself, is this the time for me to process this emotion? Am I in a safe place to do so? If not, just breathe, not react, maybe be silent, whatever you need to do. But when you get to a safe space, and if you're in a safe space, sit with that emotion, begin having a conversation with it, find out the message that it was placed there to give you, begins processing it so you can be able to apply the learnings to further advance yourself, to show up differently, and be able to regulate those emotions. I hope this was good for you. I hope this helped you. If you have any trouble regulating emotions, know that you are not alone. If you feel like you're emotionally overwhelmed most of the time, know that you are not alone. A lot of people are going through this, but you have the power to transform it. You are an alchemist. You have the power to change and take from that emotion what it's here to give you and transform it to positive outcomes. Thank you for watching.